What's up, guys? Back with another video, this time comparing the Bushnell Launch Pro directly to the Flightscope Mevo Plus. I'm hitting 10 shots with a 9-iron, 10 shots with a driver, and comparing both of them across both launch monitors. So here I am setting everything up, trying to get everything as perfect as possible so that everything is as accurate as it can be. I'm using standard sea level from both programs, an RCT ball with the Mevo Plus, and I'm using FSXPlay in the driving range for the Bushnell Launch Pro, and of course the FS Golf app with the Mevo Plus. So setting everything up, and we're gonna give it a shot here. All right, I've got FS Golf with the Mevo Plus on the left and FSXPlay on the right with the Bushnell Launch Pro. First shot here with the 9-iron.
Carry is 133.1 yards.
And right off the bat, hitting a nice little draw on the right, and on the left, no draw. Stays to the right of the target line.
Carry is 140.
Second shot,
yards.
Starting out right.
Ready.
Drawing back to the center line on the Launch Pro and hanging out to the right with the Mevo Plus. Okay, I was a little surprised here. This is kind of what I'm going to see over and over again. Here's shot number 3. Definitely drawing back,
Ready.
Landing left of the target line, and Mevo Plus still hanging out right. Here I'm checking out the computer or looking at the iPad going, what's going on here?
Carry is 141.9 yards.
Change the view a little bit.
Ready.
Yeah. Big draw to the left and right on the target line with the Mevo Plus.
Yards. Ready.
Not a good swing there. Doesn't matter, just comparing the two. Yeah, so definitely seeing a lot more draw spin with the Bushnell Launch Pro compared to the Mevo Plus. That one is way left. I missed the green left with the Launch Pro, and it looks like I'm just a yard or two left of the target line with the Mevo Plus. This really was surprising. I did not expect them to be that different as far as shot shape, but that is a drastic difference, especially on that shot.
Carry is 144.3 yards. Ready.
And yeah, same thing. So I know that on the last couple shots, I tried to hit a fade, and that kind of evened things out.
Ready.
So I think really the difference is really that side spin or spin axis that really is visible, I guess, to the Launch Pro. Here I'm going to start trying to hit some fades. And this is where they kind of start to get more similar. Not a good shot, but just a straight push out to the right, and both of them pretty similar there. Now, I know not all of the shot data is on the screen, or you can't see it in this video. Check out the link in the description. I'll put it down there. I've got all of the data from this little experiment on my website, and check out the link. You can go through it yourself and compare. Now I'm switching over to the driver.
3.9 yards. Ready.
A little bit of a similar story. That one drawing back to the target line, and the Mevo Plus shows a draw, but really not really coming back to the target line all the way.
Carry is 250.5 yards. Ready.
And pretty similar shot shape there, just a push out to the right, and that's again where they kind of meet and look very similar. Now, when you look at all the data, I'll encourage you to look at it yourself. I'm not going to pretend to be a big data guy, but the carry distances are pretty similar. There's some interesting patterns that if you look, I think on the Mevo Plus, the carry was slightly farther consistently with the 9-iron. And then on the driver, definitely farther with the Bushnell Launch Pro. So interesting there. But different patterns with ball speed and club head speed. That's not really too concerning. I think what is strange is the difference with the kind of left-right numbers. So horizontal launch angle and club path, those were definitely had some big differences between the two launch monitors. And I'm not sure if that's more of just kind of how the two launch monitors measure things versus one of them being wrong. I don't really think anything's wrong. I think it's probably a difference in how they get their measurements. But just interesting there.
251.5 yards. Ready. Carry is 250.8 yards. Ready.
That one drawing almost exactly to the target line, and then the Mevo Plus actually exaggerated that draw and has it left of the target line. Interesting. I think I look pretty confused there.
All right, we're going to try fade for these last two.
I think, let's see. I'm going to try and hit some fades now. And my camera stopped recording, of course.
Ready.
But look at that. That one's pretty similar ball flight. Again, I don't think that the problem is draw spin. I think it's just that I play a natural draw, and whenever I try to hit a fade, things probably just straighten out, like this one here. Not really fading, but probably more of a straight shot. And of course, they look pretty similar. Last swing here with the driver.
251.1 yards. Ready.
Drawing on the Launch Pro, not so much with the Mevo Plus. Interesting. I was pretty surprised. All right, so in order to show the short game stuff, I used GS Pro, and I'm just using one launch monitor at a time. So this is the Mevo Plus, and I am chipping here on GS Pro. Just gonna kind of demonstrate some issues with the short game on the Mevo Plus. That was a longer chip. Here's a little 7-yard chip. And a no read. So I tried this chip over and over and over again and could not get it to read. This is kind of the issue with the Mevo Plus on short chips and putting. There we go. I really hit it and it got picked up, but too long, and that's the problem with short chips. If you're playing sim golf, you got to hit the shot that it leaves you. And yeah, trying it again, just can't get it to hit that one. So switching over to the putter, still using the Mevo Plus. And this, I'll be the first to say this might not be a fair shot for the Mevo Plus, but here's a 10-foot putt, and I'm just going to let you know I am not able to get it to read. But, the setup is everything with the Mevo Plus. There's a lot of people that are very successful with short chips and putting, according to them, with the Mevo Plus. And there's a lot of people that pretty much just give up on it and use auto putt. I am definitely not one of those that have had much success. I have not spent a ton of time trying to get my setup perfect. If you're wondering what a perfect setup is, check out my video on Mevo Plus Golf Simulator setups, and I explain. But you basically want one even surface all the way from the Mevo Plus through your hitting mat to the screen, and that can be kind of hard to do depending on the mat that you have. And yeah, now I'm moving back to a 40-foot putt, just trying to see if I can get these longer putts to read. Trying to pick the putter head out of the way. That's not the problem. Now I am stuffing some cardboard under my runway here and trying to raise the runway up a little bit. And oh, got it to move. I don't think it went very far. But that's probably my problem here, is just not getting everything perfectly even. And to be honest, it's not something that I really want to mess with either. Now I'm trying to, I'm going to stick this under the Mevo Plus, try and raise that a little bit more, even though the runway will have a little tiny little dip in it. We're talking about maybe half an inch that it might be low. And like I said, I just don't feel like tinkering with it, especially now that I have a Launch Pro, which we're going to use in just a little bit and to compare, and I will show you what short game is like with the Launch Pro. "40-foot putt again. Nope. Oh well, give up. So here I am setting up that same little 7-yard chip with the Launch Pro, or to use the Launch Pro. Get it just perfect. And here's a little chip. No problem. Just barely in the gimme circle. Even shorter. No problem with this little chip. And I'm pretty much just hitting it over and over again, showing you that I am not getting any misreads whatsoever. And of course, it's really not fair because the Launch Pro is right there in front of the impact area with a camera. It can pretty much read anything. Doesn't matter the ball flight, how low it is or how short it is. Here I'm moving back, I think it's 13 yards. Just a little bit of a longer chip. Not a good one. See if I can redeem myself. Not really. And there we go, rolling out. That works. So here's a 10-foot putt with the Launch Pro. Ooh, just too hard. That was my fault, not the launch monitor. There we go, no problem. All right, a 5-foot putt. No problem at all for the Launch Pro. And a long one. There we go. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out the link in the description. That'll take you to my comparison article, and you'll have all of the shot data from this little experiment. You can comb through it yourself and see what you notice. Takeaway on this little experiment is that I think the shot shape, or the difference in shot shapes, is from probably the spin axis reading. If you look at the data, those numbers are quite different between the two launch monitors, and I believe that that is what is making up the difference in shot shape. Also, on the short game, remember that is probably not a fair comparison with the Mevo Plus, given that my setup, I know, is not perfect, but what it does do is illustrate how important the setup is for the Mevo Plus. And again, with the Launch Pro, it's no stress. Setup doesn't matter. You're going to be able to chip and putt with no issue in pretty much any software such as GS Pro. Really appreciate it, guys. Like the video, subscribe, and we will see you next time.